Hey, good evening. Foreigner in the Philippines here. Well, today was I got a parole for a day from my house arrest, and I was allowed to walk down, and we walked down to the church, Beth and I, and we took with us the girls, Taliklik and Bibi and little Batchoy. Well, Batchoy turned out to reveal another little side of him that that wasn't quite so good, because he got very willful and wasn't too eager to do what he was supposed to do. So anyway, we did get that sorted out, and so I think we're okay on that now. But he has to learn a few lessons, I think. Discipline, and knowing that when he is out, the one rule that a small child has to obey is stop. So if you tell a kid that you're responsible for and he's walking free, and you have to be able, you have to have an understanding where you say stop, and he will stop. Without thinking, he'll stop, because he'll know that you are taking responsibility for something that he can't see. Whether he understands that intellectually, I'm not sure, but that's the understanding that you need to have, and he is still learning that. Okay, so what do? Well, we walked down to the church. Now, the night before, last night, was a really active night, because what happened was we separated. Inside the house was quite a hive of activity, because so many people were in here, and they're all sorting through clothes and gifts and stuff that we are planning excuse me, that we're planning on giving away tomorrow at church. So we needed to have that done. Plus, for today, Beth had it in her head that she wanted to give some clothes away today. Now, the way that worked out was it didn't. We were to have had a meeting which was of some importance to us, which was supposed to be a ceasefire, or bringing about peace on the hills, which you might guess what that was about. It never happened. Sadly, it never happened. Another day maybe. So, what else? Well, we did our walking, which was okay for me. I survived that, and I'm still in one piece, and I'm not one massive throb of pain, and so I must be healing. So that's from my recent surgery of 4 or 5 weeks ago. And like somebody else said, they thought it was going to be 3 days, and it turned out that it was 3 weeks for them to recover from having the vasectomy. Well, I had it the other way round, and they tied everything back up again, and so it was a little bit more complicated. So it's taken a good 4 weeks, and I can tell that I'm still not ready to just get back to a normal life. So we got down to the point where we were going to give out some stuff. Now, because we can't drive, there's a lot of walking, and there's a lot of tricycle. There's a lot of tricycle work where we have to wait at the side of the road in the heat, and Beth has been doing a lot of walking, and she looked at me and said, you know, I'd really just like to go home. So as soon as she said that, she said, but I want to give these clothes away, which means I don't want to go home. But I know that really she did, so I said, well, we should, I really want to go home. And she said, why? Are you in pain? So I said, yes, I am. I'm in a lot of pain. I want to go home. So then I knew that she would agree. And what I used against her was something that she had taught me a few minutes before, when we were at the correct side of the road for going to Taliban. And one of the very aggressive on sales and getting passengers, a white van pulled up, and the door slid back, and where are you going? So there's an exchange of talk in Versailles, and Innie and Beth said, we're going to Itafi, which is that way, and the van is going that way. So end of discussion, the sliding door slides back in and the van is gone. So I said, well, we're not going to Itafi. No, she said, no, but if I told them we were going to Taliban, they would have started talking about, well, we'll take it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and it would have been a hassle. When I said we were going to Itafi, they're gone, as they were. So when she said to me, are you in pain? I said, yes, I am. We're going to Itafi. So we got in the next tricycle, who took us to where we needed to go, what I have called in the past the 20-step church. It's a small Catholic church which is more like a chapel, chapel of remembrance if you like, and it's built on top of a hill and it has about 20 steps going up to it. So we go up to there and then we do the walk, and the walk on the way back we keep having a little rest, and that's when our little batchoy starts to get tiresome, and then he's getting tired, and Beth's saying, Filipinas are the kindest mothers that could ever walked on the face of the earth. Well, he hasn't eaten. He's hungry. Well, of course, I'm a little bit harder on that. I said, well, we're all hungry, but we've got to eat, and we can't do that until we've walked home. So it's back to the thing. Well, he did a lot of whinging and whining, which if you watched one of our other videos where we did a walk, and we had one of the other children who started going, and they start doing that moaning, whining, whinging in the UK. They call it whinging, which is a button. There's nothing more tiresome than listening to a kid who is just whinging. So anyway, we got home, and that's when we had to make that decision about the pig, which you'll already have seen. The video came a couple before this, that I keep forgetting whether it's moon or star. Is it moon or star?
Star. Star.
Well, star certainly was the star this afternoon. And yeah, what was that saying that someone said about what's the difference between having an interest in something and being committed? Having an interest in an idea and being committed. Well, if you are eating bacon and egg, the chicken gave you the egg, and the chicken has an interest because it gave you an egg. The pig gave you the bacon. The pig was committed. Well, our big fat girl gave the final commitment, and will be shared out among 4 or 5 families now, and plus we'll feed about 100 people at the church tomorrow in a kind of a celebration. Not quite sure what, but there's a celebration. There's a big handout, so we'll feed everybody. There's a big handout for giveaway stuff of Mr. and Mrs. O, plus Buttercup, as I'm being prompted before I can say it. I was going to remember. Yeah? Yeah, she doesn't believe me. But she didn't say but. That, now you've learned something in Filipino.
I think
but is liar.
I think my, what do you call that? My bones in my back or my joint is dislocated. Very painful.
She thinks she has a dislocated shoulder. Honey, you can't walk around and do what you do with a dislocated shoulder. It just feels bad. And I'll be the one that has to massage you when we go to bed tonight. It's a hard job, but somebody has to do it. Okay. So that was our Parole, our Saturday walkabout, and I put it down as parole for the day from my house arrest. So thanks for looking in. We'll be back. Bye for now.